Yo, what's up, my YouTube fam? Man, last week I was chilling, right? Sitting back watching HBO Max. I'm flipping through all the various movies they got on display, and I came across Saturday Night Fever. I'm like, oh yeah, the movie with John Travolta wearing the white suit and dancing. I started thinking to myself, did I ever see this movie in its entirety? Because I don't remember doing so. I'm thinking and thinking, I'm like, no, I don't. Came out December the 12th, 1977. And all these years went by, I don't think I've ever seen a movie from A to Z. I own the soundtrack. I love the Bee Gees. I love John Travolta as an actor. I'm thinking, well, let me just sit down and watch just to make sure. Oh, buddy, I know why now. I've never seen this movie before. It's rated R. And it has some serious subject matter in this movie. There was no way my parents would allow me to see this movie way back in the day. It has nudity, butt naked titties on stage. Yeah. Obscenities, lots of cussing, lots of colorful metaphors. They refer to black people as the N-word in this movie. They refer to Mexicans as spics. See, it's based around Italians in South Bronx. And back in them days, that's just how they talk. You know how Italians are. And this movie's about loosely a young man coming of age. John Travolta stays at home with his family still at 19. Graduated from high school, didn't go to college, really don't have any plans. He works at a painting store, mixing paint. That's what he does. His older brother's a priest, moved out the house. He got a little sister and stays home with mom and dad. You know how Italians are. They talk shit at the table. They knock you upside your head and slap the shit out of you right at the dinner. I think the grandmother lived with him too. So this dude has nothing going for him except his good looks. John Travolta is a handsome dude. Perfect hair. Eyes are just glistening. The dude got ruby red lips. Dude has a physique and he can dance his ass off. Every Saturday night, the theme of this movie, him and his hooligan friends would go to the disco and just dance. Well, he would dance. His friends would just sit back and watch and drink, trying to pick up on women because John Travolta's character got all the women. I'm talking about the young ones, the older ones. This dude was, he was the man. And I can relate, man, because when I was in high school, yeah, I played football and stuff, but I was in dance class, professional dance for 3 years. It has its benefits, let me say that. It has its benefits. I love to dance and I can dance my ass off, but John Travolta in 1977, this man was dancing like, I can't even imagine. This is pre-Michael Jackson's Off the Wall and Thriller. So he was dancing like this before Michael was. Well, Michael was a little bit, but not like this. So the whole gist of this movie, you got these teenagers, not yet in their 20s. They're able to drive a car. They all got little jobs. They hang out with each other. They just like to cause havoc. They go to the disco. They drink. This is the type of movie where they're having sex with girls in the car, parked in front of the discotheque for all to see. You walking by in the car just, hey, it was the 70s. What can I say? And nothing made John Travolta come to like more than dancing. He wasn't the best human being. He wasn't the best co-worker. But when it comes to dancing, he was second to none. He was the best dancer in Brooklyn. He would enter all these contests and win. Women were throwing themselves at him. Half the women he kicked it with, like to dance with. It's hard to find a really good dance partner. And he had this one girl who was in love with him, and she was very attractive, nice body. Man, she loved John in this movie. She just wanted to give him the goodies from beginning to end. But look, if we're dancing, then we can't be together in that way. Now, if we're not dancing, then maybe we can mess around. He had rules established in his universe. But his buddy owned a dance studio and he would go there to practice. He would get people to join in. He'd give them a percentage off. That way he got a studio for free. So John was working his little ways around. One night at the discotheque, he seen this fine Italian girl dancing with an older gentleman. She was doing classical dancing and a little bit of disco. So he was like kind of hypnotized. Ran into her again at the dance studio and got at her. She wasn't feeling him. She was old. I think she was 20. He was 19. But she was used to dating older men, so she had a lot more knowledge to bring to the table than John. John, he eat with his mouth open, chewing, spit, bread coming out of his mouth. Dude was just sloppy like that. But he was still charming. And when it come to dancing, he was an elite human being on earth. The dude was amazing. They ended up hitting off after a while. He took out the coffee and said, look, I'm gonna dump my old dance partner. I'd rather dance with you. There's a contest coming up. First prize is $500. I think we can do this. She said, okay, cool. As they're dancing, they're not dating, but if you know dancing, it's an intimate thing. You're touching, you're hugging, you're feeling each other's rhythm, you're becoming one with your bodies, and the music makes you feel a certain way. You can fall in love while dancing. It's a true statement. And they definitely fell in love while practicing for this contest. And emotions get involved because if she don't show up somewhere, he got mad. And he's Italian, he has attitude. One of his buddies claimed he got jumped by some Mexicans, and him and his buddies went, crashed their place, took the car and drove through their building and started whooping their asses. This movie is violent. And then they would go for fun, drive across the bridge and hang out on the bridge and act like they fall down into the water, scaring people who are in the car waiting for them. People were fools. One of the crew members got his girlfriend pregnant. And you gotta remember, this is 1977 Italian life. Either you marry that girl or you get an abortion. At that time, they was not allowing no teenagers to get abortion. They would go to their priest. The priest was like, sorry, buddy, this is an act of God. Bring that baby into this life. You should have kept your dick out that vagina, but you didn't. So hey, either there's no peanuts between us or you become a father. So one of his homies was struggling. He's also the one that owned the car. And through the whole movie, you can see his wheels turning. He was not quite right. He was always looking for advice and acceptance. And that was a great subplot. But this movie begins and ends with dancing, and dancing from John Travolta. There's a scene in the movie where it's one shot, one take. He dances for like 3 minutes straight. It's probably some of the best dancing ever caught on camera ever in life, in film history. John is amazing. This dude, before Grease came out, he did this. Before this, he was on TV on Welcome Back Kotter playing a teenager in high school. He took a risk. He went and did a rated R movie that ended up being a big hit, changed his life forever. Next was Grease. History was in the making. John Travolta has been one of my favorite actors of a long time. He's a kind of a weird actor. He's not really a thespian, but he's likable on screen. He's good looking. He's charismatic. And man, who don't remember Pulp Fiction, the dance scene between him and Uma Thurman? I love that Quentin brought that dance thing out again. And John Travolta, man. Saturday Night Fever is a fantastic watch. It deals with love, trauma, growing up, and finding out who you are and what you can do to change your life professionally forever. If you can pay to dance, then damn it, dance. Until then, next time, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends, and more importantly, leave your comments down low. And I'm out. Peace. And just remember, it's just my point of view.